Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
So let's start by coming into a comfortable seated posture, shutting down the eyes if that resonates with you, and just coming into our breath. So perhaps just for the first 30 seconds or so, just perhaps even just moving the body in whatever way feels nourishing for you until you kind of just ground and settle. And just be aware of those tender parts that might be feeling a little bit more sore than other parts of your body. Widen through the collarbone. And as you're just seated, just coming into your breath cycle, even perhaps slowing it down a little. Even though it's fairly early in the morning and the day's only really just begun, maybe bring to mind 3 things that you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be huge things at all. It can be just the simple things in life. Just bring them to your mind. Just make a mental note of them. And as you know, I was on retreat, and after leading that retreat and coming home, there were so many words I could use to describe it, and I tried to journal, and I guess my head was full still. And really, the only words that I needed to say was a simple thank you. And so as we practice today, have that attitude of gratefulness within your own mind and your own heart. Let's take a couple of breaths together, inhaling in through the nose, and letting go sigh out the mouth. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. 1 more. Inhaling. And as you do so, see if you can soften the shoulders down a little bit more. And then very gently crack the eyes open. Just tip the head from side to side. Just noticing how the body's feeling. Just acknowledging the good that you already have in your life. That's the foundation for all abundance. And then bringing the head back to neutral, floating the arms all the way up. Let's take a big breath in. Just interlace the fingers at the top. Push the palms away from you, reaching all the way up. And as you exhale, just engaging the core as you swing the arms in front of you and drop the gaze. Breathing in, you're rising up again in your own breath, just taking a stretch, perhaps a gentle back bend. And as you breathe out, grounding with the sit bones, but pushing the palms away from you. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, feeling that stretch as you pull the palms away, perhaps drop the gaze. And then 1 more. Inhaling in and letting the breath go. Inhaling, the arms reach up, just splitting the fingertips. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, take a gentle twist to the right. Left arm in front, right arm behind. Taking a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over that right shoulder. Take another breath in, soften through the jaw, but lengthen through the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, twist and gaze over that right shoulder. Everything comes back round to center, reaching the arms up, perhaps deepening that back bend. And then the other side, right palm in front, left palm behind. Taking that breath in first, grow tall. And as you breathe out, turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist. Everything comes all the way back round. Float the arms out to the side. Press the left palm down onto the mat and just breathe that right palm up. Take the breath in first. As you breathe up, taking that side stretch over to the left. Inhale, perhaps floating up a little first. Exhale, perhaps deepening the stretch. One more. Breathing in to lengthen. Breathing out, feeling the stretch down the right side of the body. Good. Use your core to bring both palms back to center. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, hands down to your heart space as you empty the breath. Sliding the right palm down by your right side. The left arm reaches up, taking that big breath in first. As you breathe out, over to the right. Inhale, that subtle lengthening first. As you exhale, floating down perhaps a little bit more. One more breath. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, floating over. Left arm reaches up, take a big breath in. Right arm comes to meet it. As you exhale, all the way down to your heart space as you empty the breath. Let's do one more. This time peeling the shoulders back, reaching up. The gaze can go up. And as you exhale, all the way down to your heart space. Either placing those palms in front as you roll over, coming onto all fours position. Getting the knees hip width distance, palms shoulder width distance, wrists, elbows, shoulders, all in roughly a straight line. Just lean the hips to the right, hold it for a breath in, let the breath go. Inhale, coming back through to center, and then taking the lean over to the left, holding it for a breath in and a breath out. Come back to center, take the breath in. As you breathe out, lean over to the right again, and then just gently just lift that left knee up, just a couple of inches. Drop the left knee down, come back to center, take a breath. As you exhale, over to the other side and the right knee lifts up. A little core engagement. Dropping the knee back down, coming back to neutral. Let's take some cat-cow calls. Breathing in, that waist goes back as the gaze goes up. Breathing out, rounding and arching. Let's do 3 more. Inhaling in, just notice how the spine and the shoulders feel as you just ripple from one stretch to the next. Just keep going with your breath until you've done your 3. And then just dropping back down to a neutral spine. And perhaps the secret to having it all is knowing that we already do have it all. Once you've done your 3, just dropping that gaze down. Extend the right leg behind you, just at hip height, toes facing down. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just drop the toes on the mat and just push out through that right sole of the foot, feeling that stretch down the calf, but without tensing those shoulders up. Keeping the gaze drop down. Take a big breath in. Inhale, the right leg comes back up again. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're just tapping the toes over to the left. Empty the breath. Inhale, use your core to bring the leg back behind you, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, tapping it over to the left again. Land the toes, give it a little push. Inhale, the leg comes back up. And this time as you exhale, land it on its toes and then slide it back until you feel that stretch in the left glute. You can drop down onto the forearms or use your block. And push as hard as you like through that right ball of the foot to deepen the stretch in that left hip and glute. Keep the breath flowing. Know that gratitude or gratefulness makes sense of your past. It brings peace for today and creates a vision for tomorrow. One more breath here. Press into the palms, engage the core. That right leg comes back behind you again. Take a big breath in. Keep that core engaged. Soften the back of the neck. If you're wanting a balance, bring that left arm in front. Keep pushing out through the sole of the foot. Good. If you want to take it further, reaching back, catching the foot, or just making the action. Really pulling the foot towards you, peeling that left shoulder open, and then pushing the mat away with the right palm. Notice your breath. One more breath here. Let's come back to extension first, taking that breath in. As you breathe out, dropping everything down onto the mat. As you take a cat-cow curl, a breath in, waist goes back, a breath out, belly button to spine. Coming back to a neutral spine, pressing into the left palm. Inhale that right arm up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, we're threading it through over to the left. Inhale to reach all the way up again, taking that breath in. Exhale to thread it through. One more. Inhale to reach all the way up. As you exhale, landing that right shoulder right here on the mat. Press into that right shoulder and then reach forward with the left fingertips. Really creeping them out to feel that stretch down that left arm. Hold it for a breath in. Let the breath go. And then gently walking that palm back underneath the shoulder, the left palm, pressing into the mat as you breathe the right arm all the way up again. Take that big breath in. As you breathe out, landing everything back down on the mat. Just take a gentle rock of the hips towards the heels. And then as you exhale, coming all the way forward, feeling that little pull in the wrists. Let's do one more. Inhaling to rock back. Keeping everything soft, good. Exhaling to rock forward. Bring the body back to neutral. Keep the gaze down at the mat as you extend the left leg behind you, just at hip height. Equal weight in the palms. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, dropping the foot behind you, and then just pushing out through the sole of the foot, feeling the stretch in the other calf muscle. Notice if there's any tension. Release any tension from the shoulders. Take one more breath here. Inhale, the left leg extends behind you. As you exhale, just cross it over, let the toes tap to the right. Inhale, using your core to bring it all the way back behind you. Exhale, a little tap to the right again. One more, inhaling behind you. And this time as you exhale, landing the toes down, sliding them all the way. Feeling the stretch, this time in the right hip and glute. Coming down onto your forearms if you like, keeping the gaze down low. Pushing as hard as you can if you want to go deeper, or back off if it's too much. And we don't just need to be grateful for the big events in our life. Perhaps we need to be grateful for all the small things, all the big things, and then everything in between. Sometimes we take so much for granted, we don't realize how blessed we truly are. Taking one more breath here, and then engaging with the core, bringing that left leg all the way back at hip height. Get steady first, keeping equal weight in the palms, pushing out through the sole of the left foot, bringing that right arm in front of you for a balance. Keeping the core engaged to stop you from wobbling. Pushing the mat away with that left palm. One more breath. If you want to take that extra quad stretch, reaching behind and catching the foot, pulling it towards you, and this time peeling that right shoulder open. Pushing the mat away with the left palm. One more breath here. Let's come back to extension first, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, dropping everything down onto the mat. This time the right hand stays on the mat, the left arm reaches all the way up, the gaze can follow. As you exhale, threading it through. Inhale to reach all the way up. Exhale, threading it through. Good. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And this time the left shoulder, the left ear land. Press into the shoulder first, feel that twist, and then extend the right arm in front to feel that stretch down the right side. Creeping those finger mounds forward if you want a little bit more of a stretch there. Keeping the breath flowing. One more breath here. And then creeping that right palm back underneath the shoulder, pressing it in firmly as the left arm reaches all the way up. Take the breath in. And then dropping the palms down on the mat, sliding them to the edges of the mat as you come into puppy pose. Extending the hips up towards the ceiling, dropping the chest down. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Really feel that nice extension in the spine. Come onto the finger mounds if you want to go a little further. For the upper back stretch, turn the gaze up to the top of the mat. Otherwise, keep the gaze down low. One more breath here. And then gently walking the hands back. Coming back onto all fours. Drop the gaze. Take one cat-cow curl here. A breath in, push that waist back, feel the stretch in the front of the body, and then as you breathe out, just rounding and arching as the back of the spine stretches. Back to a neutral spine. Extend that right leg behind you, take a big breath in. As you breathe out, landing it all the way through. Palms are framing that front foot. Widen through the collarbone. Focus your eye gaze. On the breath in, you're floating the arms all the way up. Interlace opposite palms to opposite elbow. On the breath in, pull the arms over the head, so you're taking a back bend. On the breath out, you're lunging with that right knee, bringing the arms in front of you, just around chest height. Good. Keep stable in the feet. Inhaling, you're flowing back, bringing the arms back. Exhaling. Lunging, starting to open the hips and bring the arms in front. Let's do two more. Breathing in and letting the breath go. One more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhale, the arms reach up, just split the arms from the stretch. This time interlace the fingertips at the top. Take a big breath in as you reach all the way up. And as you breathe out, float the arms over to the right as you lunge with that right knee. Two more like that. Breathing in, first you're creating length, keep grounded in the feet. Breathing out, taking the stretch over to the right. Inhale to reach up. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, take a swan dive down to your mat. Frame that front foot. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Angling it to give you stability. Once you're stable, let's come up for warrior two. Adjust the feet, adjust the arm. Once you feel stable, just turn the palms so that they're facing up. On the breath in, straighten both legs as the palms reach up and meet at the top. And on the breath out, keeping the palms facing up, just extending the arms back and forward as you lunge with that right knee. Just keep flowing with the breath. Inhaling to reach up, everything lengthens. Exhaling to open up. Two more like that. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling and exhaling. Drop that back hand down that back thigh. Let's reverse on the breath in, reaching up and over, feeling a different stretch in the body. And as you breathe out, lunging again with the right knees, you reach forward with that right palm. A few more like that. Inhaling in and exhaling out. One more. Inhaling and exhaling. Just gently dropping that forearm on the front thigh. You can either take a bind by bringing that back arm around. The front arm comes under the thigh. So that's one option. And if that's too intense, you just keep that forearm on the front thigh and bring that back arm over the head. So just holding the pose, grounding with the feet, whichever pose you've taken. Soften the gaze in a way so the neck's not straining. So that might be down at your mat. Holding it for 3, 2, 1. Use your leg strength and your core to bring you out of the pose back to warrior 2. The back hand comes to meet the front hand. The arms are reaching all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, coming down to frame the front foot, pivoting on the ball of the back foot, scoot it to the back of the mat and then drop the back knee down. Flatten off the back foot, pressing into the left hand. Breathe the right arm up for a gentle twist, reaching up nice and tall. And as you exhale, placing that right hand on the right knee or thigh, just gently guiding it, perhaps in circles, coming onto the side of that right foot if you like. I encourage you to enjoy the little things. One day you might look back at them and realize that they were actually quite big and significant things in your life. Cultivate the habit of just simply being grateful for all that you have. And then that gratefulness turns what we have into more than enough. Keep that breath flowing in. Keep that breath flowing out. You might even want to play around with this stretch as well as just guiding that knee or thigh in circular motions or rocks from side to side, backwards and forwards. Might even want to rock the body keeping that breath flowing, everything soft. Taking one more breath here. When you're ready, just extend that right arm all the way up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, dropping it down so it's now framing that front foot again. Coming onto the ball of the back foot this time, lifting the leg up. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, stepping forward, just letting the body hang in ragdoll. Bending the knees as much as you need to. Just dropping the crown of the head down towards the mat. And we often take for granted the very things or people that probably deserve the most gratitude in our lives. One more breath here, perhaps a gentle rock from side to side. On the inhale, a halfway lift, a nice flat back. On the exhale, a forward fold as you empty the breath. Inhale, let's reach the arms all the way up to standing, taking a big breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space, empty the breath completely. Inhale, reaching the arms up or up and over for a back bend. And as you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat, emptying the breath, bending the knees if you need to. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. A forward fold as you empty the breath. Let's do one more round, breathing in, ground with the feet, but reach up with the arm. As you exhale, hands to your heart space as you empty the breath. Inhaling, reaching up and over, deepening the back bend. Exhaling, hands greet the earth as you come down. A halfway lift, a nice flat back. And as you exhale, placing the hands on the mat, dropping the knees down and walking the hands into puppy pose again. Still getting that stretch in the spine, but just keeping it nice and gentle. Pushing that chest down. Turning the eye gaze either towards the top of the mat or just keeping it down at the mat. And what if we started each day the moment that our eyes opened with a positive thought and a heart full of gratitude? One more breath here. Let's gently walk the hands coming back up onto all fours. Let's take a cat-cow curl here. A breath in, pushing the waist back as the gaze goes up. And as you breathe out, rounding and arching the back. Coming back to a neutral spine. This time the left leg extends behind you. Take a big breath in, engage the core first. And as you exhale, landing it all the way through. Good. Feel stable first. And once you've got that stability, breathing the arms all the way up. This time make a pistol grip with the fingertips. Take it over the crown of the head, so you're still getting that little back bend, a breath in. As you breathe out, you're lunging with that left knee, but bringing the arms in front of you, perhaps dropping the gaze. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up. Exhale to lunge, reaching in front. Let's do a few more. Breathing in to reach all the way up. Breathing out, opening that left hip as you reach forward. One more. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. This time on the breath in, reach the arms up. You can keep that pistol grip if you like. And as you exhale, lunging with the left knee, but bringing the arms over to the left for a stretch down the side of the body. Inhale, you're reaching up. Exhale, taking the stretch. One more. Breathing in to reach up first. Breathing out to take the stretch. Inhaling, the arms reach up, split the palms. As you exhale, come back down onto your mat. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up, angling it to give you stability. And then let's windmill up to warrior two on the other side. Keeping those shoulders nice and soft. Flip the palms so they're facing up, left knees in the lunge to start with. On the breath in, everything straightens, the palms meet at the top. On the breath out, lunge a bit deeper with the left leg as you keep the palms facing up but open the arms again. Inhaling, you're rising up. Exhaling to open up. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in just in your own breath and letting the breath go. 2 more. Inhaling, perhaps lunging a bit deeper on the exhale. 1 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Drop that back hand on the back thigh. Empty the breath as you reach forward first. Then on the inhale, floating up and over, reversing. On the exhale, lunging and opening up. 2 more. Breathing in, reaching up and over. Breathing out to lunge. 1 more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Dropping that front forearm on the front thigh, either coming into a bind by wrapping the arm behind your back, looping that front arm under the thigh. Keeping the gaze low. Try not to crush that top shoulder down, so really opening up. Or the option of keeping that forearm on the front thigh and just reaching up and over the lateral stretch. Keep that breath going, grounding with the feet. Holding it again for 3, 2, 1. Using your core and your leg strength to come back through to warrior two. The back hand comes to meet the front hand. The arms are reaching all the way up first. Take the breath in As you breathe out, coming down to frame that front foot, pivoting on the ball of the back foot, scooting it to the back of the mat, and then dropping that back knee down. Flatten off the back foot, this time pressing into the right hand. As you inhale, that left arm reaches all the way up. Take the breath in. As you breathe out, land it on the left knee or thigh. And again, those just organic movements, either just guiding the knee in a circle or even just rocking the body back as you move that left side of the body. Come onto the side of the left foot if it feels good for you. Just keep it flat if that feels more nourishing. And so many of us miss moments of expressing our gratitude. Sometimes we're just so much on autopilot, we miss those little things. Simply just open your eyes to all that's around you. And gratitude is not just expressed in uttering words of thankfulness, but more so, gratitude is expressed by living the words that we speak. Never forget that your life is a gift to enjoy and bask in every moment that you're in. The little ones, the big ones, and all of those in between. Taking one more breath here. And then when you're ready, inhaling, that left arm comes all the way up. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, coming down to frame that front foot, coming onto the ball of the back foot, lifting the leg up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, stepping forward, again, just hanging in ragdoll. Just let the upper body be heavy, crown of the head towards the mat. Keep the breath flowing, inhaling, and then flowing out on the exhale. Perhaps a gentle rock of the hips from side to side. One more breath here. And then widen the feet on the mat. You might want to come side on. Take the feet as wide as you want to feel the stretch. Dropping the crown of the head a little bit lower, perhaps bending the elbows. And again, just rock backwards and forwards. You might want to lift the heels up as you rock forward. And then drop the heels, curl the toes up as you rock back. Just doing a couple more like that. Noticing how the body feels as you rock from one to the other. And then grounding with both feet. Dropping the crown of the head towards the mat. Keeping the hands roughly in the center of the mat. You can bring them a little wider than shoulder width if it's more supportive. On the breath in, a halfway lift, a nice flat back. On the breath out, let's lunge with that right knee. Keeping the left leg straight. Feel the stretch down the whole of that left leg. Inhale, coming back through to center. Exhale, over to the other side. One more on each side. Breathing in through to center. Breathing out to take the stretch. Inhaling to center. Exhaling, taking the lunge. Inhale, come back through to center. Place the left hand on the ground. Breathe that right arm all the way up. Take the big breath in. As you breathe out, wrap it behind the back. You can keep the gaze down low, but try and peel that right shoulder open. If it's nourishing for the neck, you can turn the gaze up. Otherwise, just keep it grounded, but try not to crush that right shoulder down. Keep pressing into the mat with the feet so you're getting that stretch in the inner thigh. One more breath. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. Exhale, it comes all the way back down. Taking it on the other side. The left arm reaches all the way up first. Wrap it behind the back. Keeping the gaze down at the mat or up towards the ceiling. And this time we're peeling that left shoulder open. Try not to crush it down. One more breath. Inhale, the left arm reaches up. As you exhale, dropping both hands down on the mat, walk the hands forward until you reach your point of resistance. And then once you have, push the upper body back, so you're pushing it back through the gap in the leg, like a wide-legged downward facing dog. Feeling that nice extension in the spine, you're good. Keep grounded in your feet. When some things go wrong, just take a moment and remember the many things that are going right in your life. Often we get caught up and focused on the very one thing without remembering all that's going right. One more breath. Gently walking the hands all the way back. Just pigeon-toeing the feet back to hip width distance. Hanging in ragdoll for a breath in, letting the breath go. On the inhale, a halfway lift and eyes flat back. On the exhale, a forward fold as you empty the breath. On the inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up to standing, taking a big breath in. As you breathe out, hands to your heart space, emptying the breath. Inhale, the arms reach all the way up and over. And as you exhale, just splitting the palms, let the arms just hang down by your side. Softness through the shoulders. Just shrugging the shoulders up to the ears on the breath in. And then just dropping them down on the breath out. One more like that. Inhaling in. And then dropping them down. Keep grounded in the left foot. Just releasing that right knee. Bring it up first. And then with both hands or one hand, grab hold of the right foot and pull it back towards you. If you need to hold on to a wall for balance, go ahead. Just feel the stretch down the right quad, almost like you're morphing it into a back bend so the waist can come back and the chest forward. So you're either in a balance or you're using one hand to hold the wall. Try and keep grounded in that left foot and lengthen the spine. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. One more breath here. And then gently just releasing the foot. Bring that right knee all the way back up. And as you exhale, just dropping it down by the left foot. Inhale, both arms reach up, the palms meet at the top. As you exhale, come into seated chair. Drop the hips down, tailbone heavy. Length through the crown of the head, hands to your heart space. Taking that breath in, letting the breath go. Sink down a little bit lower. One more breath. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up, perhaps adding a back bend here. As you exhale, let the hands just land down by your side again. Give the shoulders another shrug up and just drop them down on the exhale. Get grounded again with the feet. Focus your eye gaze. This time the left knee comes up. Just a balance for a breath in and a breath out. And then holding the left foot behind you with both hands or one hand. Noticing a difference, perhaps pushing that waist back a bit as the chest comes forward. Grounding with that supporting right foot. One more breath here. And then gently releasing the foot. The knee comes up and then drops all the way down. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. So we're stepping the right foot in front of the left foot and flaring the right toes out to the right side, and the left toes out to the left side. Adjust the feet so that the hips feel nice and stable and strong. For me, that means flaring my right toes out to the right a fair bit and the left toes almost at a 45-degree angle, but we've all got different body types, so you'll know what feels right. On the breath in, the arms are reaching up. And on the breath out, as you open up the arms, bend that back knee. It might serve you to come on the ball of the back foot And if you're wanting a stronger practice, you can tap the back knee down and then inhale, you're coming up again. Yeah, that's it. Exhale, coming down, either as low as you like or just tapping it down. 2 more. Breathing in to reach up. Breathing out to come down. Inhale to reach up. And as you exhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front foot. Good. Just adjust the feet a little. Bring the arms down by your side. Give the legs a little shake out. And then let's take it on the other side. So the right knee comes up, steps forward. Pivot on the ball of the back foot or angle the foot to give you that stability. Once you feel stable, the arms are reaching all the way up. As you open the arms, you're sinking down, bending the back knee, either giving a tap on the ground or just as low as you like. Inhale to come up. Exhale. Good. Tapping down. 1 more. Breathing in with control. And breathing out. Inhale, you reach up. Take a big breath in. As you bring your hands to your heart space, step the foot forward. Focus your eye gaze again. Soften through the shoulders. Press the palms firm, elbows nice and wide. Bring the 2 big toes together. Keep your eye gaze focused. On the breath in, reach the palms up as you lift the heels up, coming into a gentle balance. And as you breathe out, dropping the heels down, curling the toes up towards you. Hands to your heart space for seated chair. Good, beautiful. Inhale, lengthening, lifting the heels up if you want that extra balance. Exhale, sinking down, hands to your heart space, length through the crown of the head. 1 more. Breathing in to reach all the way up, and then letting the breath go. Let's hold this one. Squeezing the knees and the thighs, keeping length through the crown of the head, tailbone heavy, pressing the palms, keeping the elbows nice and wide. Take a breath in, let the breath go. And then inhale, reaching all the way up and over. As you exhale, a swan dive down to your mat, empty the breath. Inhale for a halfway lift, a nice flat back. As you exhale, place the hands on the mat, step the left foot back, then the right foot. High plank position, drop the knees if you need to. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, coming down all the way with control. Inhale, push yourself to up dog or cobra. As you exhale, lowering the body down, using your core, not your back. And then coming into Sphinx pose. So bringing the forearms wide on the mat, widening through the collarbone, not jumping into the back, but using your core and pushing the chest forward, length through the crown of the head. Beautiful. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Let's hold it for another breath in and a breath out. And then pressing into the palms, engaging the core, pushing yourself all the way back into child's pose, widening the knees, 2 big toes together, reaching the arms in front or bringing them down by your side. Just ground yourself, feeling that different stretch in your spine. And perhaps the greatest test of faith and of our gratitude is when we don't get what we want in life, but we're still able to say thank you. Take a breath in, let the breath go. Bring the left arm in front of you. Place the right palm on top. Pull the arms to the front of the mat as the hips drop to the back of the mat. Feel that nice extension in the spine. One more breath here. And then gently starting to walk the hands back towards the knees. If it feels comfortable for you to sit with the knees wide, go ahead. Otherwise, just bringing them together. Keeping that length through the crown of the head. On the breath in, reaching the arms all the way up. On the breath out, drop the left hand on the right thigh. Bring the right arm around the back. Take a breath in with the body facing forward first. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over the right shoulder for a twist. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to twist. Everything comes back round to center. The arms reach up, adding a back bend if you like. As you exhale, right palm on left thigh, left arm around the back. Take a breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, turn and gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to twist. Everything comes back round to center. Bringing the hands down in front of you. Walking them so you're back onto all fours. Scooting the knees back to hip width distance. Let's just get one final stretch of the spine. Coming back into puppy pose. Reaching the finger mounds forward, dropping that chest down, hips towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Let the breath go. And then gently just walking the hands back, swinging the ankles out to the side, coming down onto your sit bones at the top of the mat. And just lowering yourself down gently, letting the spine and shoulders land first. Bringing those knees in for a squeeze. Perhaps making some figure eights with the knees, drawing them into the chest and then away from you. Notice how the body's feeling. Notice how your breath is. One more breath here. And then coming into happy baby by splitting the knees to mat distance, shining the soles of the feet towards the ceiling, either holding onto the ankles, calves, or placing the hands on the soles of the feet. As you push them out, the knees out towards your armpits. Feel that little stretch in the hip and the groin. Keeping that breath flowing. Pushing down a little firmer if you want to go deeper. Listening to your body and what it needs. From here, let's change it into a wide-legged straggler, either gripping the big toes with your peace fingers or bringing the palms to the inner edges of the thighs, pushing out through the soles of the feet here. Keeping the breath flowing in and keeping the breath flowing out. And then gently guiding the feet together, wrap your arms around the thighs, behind the thighs, and give the legs a little push towards you. This might be enough. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can slide the palms up towards the ankles and push them a little bit further, or hook your peace fingers around the big toes and pull them towards you. Know that you're breathing in and know that you're breathing out. If you're wanting a little core as you keep pushing the legs towards you, bring the knees up. Tuck the chin into the chest to protect the neck. If that's too much, just keep the head on the ground, holding it for 3, 2, 1. Head drops back down. Gently bring the knees into the chest first, and then drop the feet hip width distance down on the mat. Make sure the shoulders and the spine are pressed into the mat. The feet are grounded. Pressing into the palms and the feet. Lift the hips up on the breath in, coming up for bridge pose. Engaging the glutes. Arching the back. Take another breath in. As you breathe out, just gently lowering the hips down. Letting them land. Bring the soles of the feet together. Pushing the knees out to the side. If you need a deeper stretch, you can use your palms to deepen the stretch by pushing the thighs away. Otherwise, just keeping the hands either down by your side or overhead. Taking that inhale and exhale, trying not to let that mind chatter ramp up. Feel free to stay here in your inversion, or if you're wanting a different inversion, if you've got a block or bolster, you can place a bolster under the hips, keeping in the bridge pose, but more supported, or come into a supported shoulder stand. If you're taking a more active practice, make sure your back is supported. Just allowing whichever posture you've taken, just really slow down the breath here. Slowing down the mind. When you begin to take note of the things that you're grateful for, you begin to lose sight of the things that you think you lack. Know that you're breathing in and know that you're breathing out. Taking a few more breaths here, just really slowing down the breath. And very gently just making your way out of your inversion, removing any props for now as you lengthen the whole of the body down on your mat. Feel the spine just settle in, the shoulders too. You take a breath in, let the breath go. Keep the left leg extended, bringing that right knee in for a squeeze. Just making a few rotations first. Before you keep hold of it with that left palm, the right arm comes out to the side, taking that spinal twist over to the left. Gaze can be to the outstretched arm. Deepen your breath cycle here in your twist. A breath in, let the breath go. Using your core to bring the knee back, lengthening the leg back down as we take it on the other side. Left knee comes in for a squeeze, just guiding it around in a few rotations. And then keeping hold of that knee with the right palm, left arm comes out to the side and taking a twist over to the right. Breathing in, letting the breath go. One more breath. The knee comes all the way back. Lengthening the leg down, bringing the arms behind you, pointing the toes and fingers away from each other. Taking that final full body stretch or any other poses. A deep inhale through the nose. A long letting go sigh out the mouth as you soften the body and come into that final resting pose, getting nice and comfortable. And I'll guide you when it's time to finish. For now, just get yourself nice and cozy. Just allow the body just to soften into the posture. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. And I'll guide you when it's time to come back out. You gently become aware of the sounds around you within the space that you're practicing. Perhaps those are sounds outside the space that you're practicing in. Come back to the attitude of gratitude, of gratefulness, of thankfulness. 3 simple ways to show gratitude every day. Tell someone how they've made your world a better place. Encourage someone to pursue their dreams. And look someone in the eyes and express your heartfelt appreciation. It's once said that gratitude is like receiving a present without unwrapping it. You take your next inhale and exhale, decide whether you want to stay here, lying down, rolling over to one side, and eventually making your way up into a seated posture, keeping the eyes closed as you do so. And as you come up seated, just grounding with the sit bones, lengthening through the crown of the head, perhaps lifting the sit bones up and then dropping them back down. On the breath in, reaching up with the arms as we greet our day with gratitude. On the breath out, bringing hands to our heart space. When you look at life through the eyes of gratitude, the world becomes a magical and amazing place, and the more beauty you see around you. The divine has given us a gift of 86,400 seconds today. Can we use one of those seconds simply to say thank you? And at the end of each day, like I was yesterday, if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, that will be enough. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.